What's up, everybody? Crazy Eights here, and we're gonna spin the wheel again for my next review from the Siege line. The wheel is a mess. There's a lot in there. I took out the ones I did take out was Daddy-O and Trip Up. That was my first review. Now we're gonna spin the wheel again to see who we get next. Hopefully it's someone easy like a Titan, because those are packed differently than my regular figures, because those are all in a bin and bagged up. So hopefully it's an easy one. Like like Scorponok or Omega Supreme. Who do we got? Slowing down. Slammer. All right, so we're gonna be doing Slammer. I'm not sure if he came out, which trilogy he came out in, but I'll go look for him, and that's gonna be my next review. All right, the wheel has spoken, and it's chosen Kingdom War for Cybertron Slammer. This is, I want to say, episode 2 of my new segment of Crazy's Collection. We're going to go through all my War for Cybertron figures, and the wheel is going to decide. The first video I did was up already. It was Daddy-O and Trip Up, which was two, I want to say, Battle Micromasters. So now we're doing this guy, who I believe is an Armorizer. So let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. All right, so here he is. Let's bring the camera up so we can look at the details of this guy. So with a quick spin, he's pretty clean. He's got some hollow bits down here for transformation. Again, he is a parts former, so when you transform, he's gonna come apart. Some people don't like that idea, but it's also part of the gimmick of what he does. And again, we'll show that off in a little bit. But right now, we're just gonna take a look at the bottom itself. Let's take a look at that mug. He's got like a square head, white helmet with a blue visor, and it looks like he's got a silver faceplate. Here's his chest. He's got a lot of good detailing in here. Autobot logo front and center. Now this is the same Slammer that comes with Metroplex. Now the G1 version is just a tank, no, not a robot at all. They actually gave him a bot mode for this guy. Now, the only thing that he doesn't have is any kind of wrist swivels or anything. His hands are molded into the arm due to his gimmick. Although I do feel like they could have done something better with the arms. But Cog was the same way, I believe. You can see the treads over here. He is kind of loose. I mean, what year did these guys come out? These guys came out in 2021. Not that old. And that is his robot mode. And this is the only accessory he comes with, is this hand cannon, which is done in black with a silver tip. He does come with this little piece here, right here. That is a separate piece, but it's not really an accessory. It's just part of the cannon, and not really much of an accessory. It goes on the alt mode, so you can take the gun, put it in the peg right there, and that's where he goes for his accessories. Not much about it. I mean, you could take it if you wanted to, put it up there and give him that look. Give him the standard tank look with the barrel behind him. If you want weapon storage, you could do that. But yeah, that is Slammer in his robot mode. All right, so that was my look at Slammer's robot mode. I do like the look of him. I believe he came in that a version of him, or a retooling of him came in that weapons pack for the Transformers that came with like the Ravage's cage and different weapons. And I believe he was the robot that came, a drone of him, like a version of him came in that pack. I'm not sure. But all in all, it's a very clean figure for the, yeah, there are some hollow bits. I do wish the hands were done better, but they're molded in. But it's cool to see that we got actually a representation of Slammer in robot mode. It is really cool. The gimmick you'll see coming up. Right now we're going to do the transformation, which is a heavy parts forming transformation. So if you're not into parts forming Transformers. This isn't the bot for you. But all in all, it's a really cool figure. I do like the head sculpt on him. He's got some good details, but my guy is like very loose. And being a parts former, he has a tendency to pieces to come off. But without being said, let's do the transformation next. Alright, so let's get this guy transformed into his alt mode. Again, I make sure all the joints are nice and straight so everything could line up easier. So right now he's perfect, took his weapon off, so let's go. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to take his arms and you want to rotate them in on both sides, like that. Alright buddy, nap time is over. Then you want to take his arms, you want to bring them up on both sides as well, like that. So now he's stretching out his arms. And then you want, from this point, you want to bend it down like this on both sides of his arms as well. Bring it down. Now he looks like he's flexing on you. So I can just get him to stand up. There we go. Now, you're gonna take these off. You're gonna remove the arms. Ah, savage, right? Now with the arms, what you're gonna do is you see there's two tabs and slots and all that, so you're gonna take these and you're gonna join them together like this. So you have that going on. This is gonna be joined together by another piece, so just for right now, this is what you have. Now the next step is you wanna take his legs off on both sides. Put those to the side, and now you just have his legs. Next step in the legs is you want to take these pieces and bring it back like that on both sides. So now they're both looking like this. Then turn them around, and you're gonna take the thigh piece and you're gonna just plop them in to the back part of the hollow bit of the leg. Now come back to the body. You want to take these tank treads off as well. So now it's leaving him with just his head and his body. Now at this point you can take his head, spin it around, and tuck it in while you're here. Now this piece wasn't on there, but I put it back on just to show you. You want to take this piece off. Now you have the tank treads here. You're taking the cannon and then with these two holes right here, you're gonna peg this in right there. So now you have that going on. This is the piece I was talking about earlier that's gonna keep these things aligned and together. So it will keep them from actually separated. And then of course you put the cannon on. So now we have this cannon formed and the treads. Kind of looks like a naked tank. Don't worry, we're gonna bulk them up. All right, so now these legs are gonna go on. There's a peg right here and a hole right there. So just line it up and snap it in. Same thing on this side, just wanna line it up and snap it in. And now we're bulking up the tank itself. Of course, all these things are subject to fall off because of the fact that it is a parts former and things don't really stay in place that well. So we got that so far. So then on the front here, you got these two tabs. You got these holes. And yeah, you guessed it. I'm gonna line them up like that. So now we have that going on so far. And the last thing to do is to take this piece, spin it around, and just shove it in there. Make sure everything's nice and straight, and just bring it in there like that. There we go. And yes, fall apart my parts former. There we go. And that is Slammer's transformation from robot to tank. Back from transformation, and here he is in his tank mode. And it's a really decent looking Cybertronian tank when he stays together. And I do like how they actually pay attention to the back. You know, usually they don't, but you do got some good detailing back there as well. Just a quick spin. We'll get into the details now. Even on the front there's got some good detailing. So yeah, let's get a look at this guy. I'll bring in the camera. So here he is from the front. You got the Autobot logo right there. Got some good details, like I was saying. Going down the side. You can see the treads and all that. Everything's painted. This is, of course, you got the screw hole right there. But you do got some good details. And then going down the back, it's almost like he's got like exhaust back here. And these can be lights if you think about it. Use your imagination. Of course, you got that inspection code. I think that's what those are called. And then going down the top, I'll take the barrel off so you can see the details. I'll take the whole thing off, screw it. I mean, we've seen all this on robot mode, but kind of changes once you put it in tank mode. You can see like tank to tank, how it looks like, the details interpret into tank mode. Got his head right there. And you get the turret. That's in two pieces that like to come apart. Got the lids for if a person was to sit in there. I don't know what they call them. Hatches. There we go. And then in the back, you have some more stuff down here. It looks like Gatling guns. But yeah, not bad. And then down here on the bottom, he does have wheels that roll. Got one down here, and he's got two over here. Doesn't really roll that cleanly, but he does roll. Does the turret move? If you can't, you can move it up, but you do run the risk of it popping. You know, since these aren't really combined over here, only on the bottom, you do run the risk of it coming apart. But yeah, you can get it to go up. Not really swivel, but if you do, when you do start playing with it, as you can see, the turret will fall off. So it's not really a solid connection. Like it clips in, but it's not. It doesn't like. It's very loose. In other words, that's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, so that is his tank mode. And now we're gonna show off his armorizing gimmick. All right, here he is, all in pieces, and we will be using pipes as our model. How well does this work, or did I make the right tune decision? Because there is a back piece, so what we're gonna do with this guy, I'm gonna, just for the transformation, we're gonna turn him from pipes to huffer. We're gonna turn this around, and we're going to bring the backpack down like this. Oh, hold on 1 minute. All right, so before we do anything, we got to prep some of the pieces. So for the feet, you're gonna bring these in like this and like that. And then we're gonna use them looking like this. So that's one piece that's gonna be completed. So we'll put those off to the side. For the shoulders, you're just gonna take them and you're gonna bring them like this. On both of them, you're gonna bring this down like that. So they should look like this. Or, I guess, how the directions have it. I guess more like this, right? So they're looking like on this side like that. And then you're gonna take the arms on these, and you're gonna plug them in to these guys. So there's a certain orientation that you have to have them in. So for this one, it's gonna go like this. So you wanna have that orientation for the arm on both sides. So it's gonna look like that for both of them. All right, I think I had them wrong. The orientation is gonna look like this. And you wanna take the treads off of here, which I did not know, because it's been a while since I had played with this guy. Once the treads are taken apart, you're gonna take them, and there's a peg ports right there where they're gonna snap in like that. All right, so you're gonna take the treads. There's a peg and a port right there. You're just gonna combine them together. Yeah. There we go. Now this piece is gonna help reinforce it. I don't know by how much, because it clips on very loosely. But there you go, you have that going on. Finally, you're gonna take this and you're gonna put that on there like that. So here are all the pieces set up. So now we're gonna combine them all onto pipes. So these are gonna peg onto his feet. So now he's got some leg extenders. Let's get all these out the way. So you have that, and then I don't know how well this is gonna work, but this backpack is supposed to go on him. And again, I don't see how this is supposed to go on him. I don't see any ports. Let me see that real quick, hold on. So I don't see that in the instructions, but you're supposed to bring this up like that. This exposes the port for his back to clip in like this. On his back like that. If I can get it in there. Let me put it in there. All right, there we go. He is going to be back heavy. And now for this piece here, you're gonna take these, you're gonna bend them out like this. This is the first time doing this. It's been a long time since I actually messed with Slammer. And then you're gonna take his feet and you're gonna plug them in right here. This thing is gonna be stupidly back heavy. All right, please stand up, please stand up. All right, so far so good. And let's see, yes, he does have it, okay, perfect. This is gonna go in here, like that, and then finally this is gonna go over here. God, this thing is bulky. Like that, all right. And now, this is it's a pretty cool play feature that he did. I kind of like the idea of it. But here we go. Here is pipes all armed up with Slammer. So that's the gimmick you can do. Now, of course, you can make different, use your imagination and go crazy, but this is the one the instructions supplied, so I went with that. So, I mean, it's a really cool idea that they did this. They did it with, and then they did it with the fossilizers, and they did it with a whole bunch of them. Every trilogy had a different gimmick for it. But, of course, you run the risk. Well, you don't run the risk, but now he's back heavy because he got this big-ass backpack on him. He already had a backpack. Now he's got even bigger. But it does look cool. He's got kind of like a chainsaw thing over here. He's got a nice hand cannon right there. Then he's got these missile pods back here on him. And even if you want to, you could even say he's got guns for his feet. So yeah, he's ready to go. He's ready to go into battle, which is really cool. It's a really cool play feature that they did. But that's one of the configurations you can do with him. Now, if you had other ones in the line, you could go crazy, mix and match, and just go buck wild. if you look at the Junkions that they have out, you could make. I've seen like a monster type thing. People go crazy if you buy a bunch of them. There's even one with the fossilizers to make something even like a huge skull beast thing. But yeah, so there's so many different options, and it's just your imagination is, you're limited by your imagination, I should say. But anyway, that is Slammer's alt mode and his armorizer or weaponizer mode for the Transformers. Thank you.